Hey, I'm Blake. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I like to sing and dilly-dally and just talk and stuff. I've written down one of my ADHD rambles and I did try to record this video just talking to the camera, and my ADHD would not let me take the wheel. Again, I am going to be reading, so I apologize if there's like a slight robotic timbre to the way that I'm speaking, but I will definitely try my best to get the color of what I'm trying to get across as much as possible. But yeah, so this has to do with perfection. I was talking to myself one of these days, and I was like, I don't remember what I was talking about, but the idea of perfection came up and whether or not a human can be perfect. And yeah, this is what I came up with. So can you be perfect? Yes and no. Also, I'm going to be looking down, just by the way. Okay. So yes and no. So I'm going to propose a thought process to break down my perception of perfection. So we'll begin over here, and hopefully it'll make sense at some point. But in school, your teachers tell you to eat before a usually big test in order to have energy to think properly. So I wrote down food equals energy equals thoughts equals ideas. So to break that down, you get energy from food, you form thoughts from energy, and then for the sake of the rest of the explanation, ideas are formulated by thoughts. So perfection is an accumulation of thoughts you have placed on a pedestal. It is a word that particularly specifies the way you would prefer an outcome to turn out. Perfection is an ideal. Okay? Just let that sink in, you know? So to summarize or to simplify, perfection is an idea, or more specifically, a bundle of ideas that perform together as one big idea. With this in mind, perfection only exists in its original form when sedentary within the mind. Meaning, perfection can never exist in its original form within the physical realm. This is because the point of an idea is just that, to have a starting point when beginning to create something within the physical realm. The starting point is in your mind. Examples of this include songwriting, painting, cooking, a goal to create a new habit, or a goal to let go of an old one. Really anything that involves starting something. Let your mind run wild. So the point of creating the idea, that is perfection, because it's an idea, it's not a thing. The point of creating the idea that is perfection isn't to take you where you want to go. It is solely the gas pedal and the steering wheel, or maybe more accurately, the GPS programming you've put into the vehicle that is your body. You may wish to reach this destination through a specific set of roads so you can enjoy a particular set of views, or maybe you'd like to get there at a set time. But sometimes what we want is not what we need. There could be a hidden lesson or blessing that helps you in a way that impacts the betterment of your life in an overwhelmingly profound way that could only have registered into your reality through your original idea of perfection being shattered, skewed, or at least altered in some way. Perfection serves to give motivation and a sense of direction. Perfection does not serve you when trying to create a carbon copy of it. It simply was not made for that. Society has perfection all wrong. No one is meant to create or be a picture-perfect image of the perfection they see in their head, and to try to duplicate it to a T is to set yourself up for unnecessary disappointment. So maybe try to find ways to stop being so mad at yourself for not matching up to the expectations in your beautiful little head, when it was never meant to look exactly the same. The carbon copy was never meant to exist in the physical realm to begin with. Your idea of perfection is meant to be the inspiration you use to create, not the reason you should shame yourself to the point of not even wanting to create anymore. I'm talking to all the artists out there, all the little creatives, all my little ADHD people. Anyway, so in conclusion, You're never going to be the exact copy of perfection, of the perfection that lives in your mind. So in that sense, you'll never be perfect. Because even if you could reproduce an exact copy of your ideal perfection, your idea of what perfect embodies is ever evolving, just as you are ever evolving. And that's a beautiful thing, okay? We're not made of brick. We're humans. We're meant to be funky and change and stuff. We're little shapeshifters. Chasing it without appreciating the growth and old ideas of perfection you once had is simply doing the honor of being a spirit living the human experience a disservice. Stop wasting your life away trying to be something you were never designed to be in the first place. You're better than a photocopy. Learn how to be okay with messing up and be proud of it, because so many of us like to display our seemingly perfect record of never having a single mess up in our lives. And this robotic perception of being human is impossible for others to believe and embarrassing for you at best, and detrimental to the hope of future youth and the world at large in the long term at worst. It hurts to fail at being perfect and not reaching our goals of what or where we'd hoped we'd be by a certain time frame. But it's important we teach and show each other that despite of our mistakes, we can still be proud of ourselves and each other, because the highest reward as a human being isn't to be perfect. Sorry, I'm like, wow, we better start crying right now. It'd be pulling on the heartstrings. The highest reward as a human being is the ability to be authentic. Because although so many of us have been taught that the world doesn't want the real you, the truth is that the world needs the real you. Your imperfections are what make your uniqueness shine the most. There's nothing to learn from someone who's never tripped before. Every human makes mistakes, and to illusion those around you into thinking you've never had to adjust to life's twists and turns is to eliminate the ability for others to be inspired by the strength it takes to rise above the inevitable pain that comes from being human. Allow yourself to be a natural pillar of inspiration simply by accepting and embracing your true self and showing the world that perfection isn't what makes life truly worth living. Authenticity is the key to feeling alive. Yeah, so that's what I wrote. I feel like I put that together fairly well. If anybody has anything to add to that, I would love to hear your little brain thoughts on it. I hope that was nice to listen to, at least to have something in the background while you're, I don't know, making coffee or something. But maybe at most it inspired you to be more yourself and not judge it so hard, you know? I've been like waiting to make this video for weeks now, actually. Because as I said, I was talking to myself one of these days, and then within whatever I was talking to myself about, I jumped on the idea of perfection, and January 2024 is just it has put me through it. Energetically, it's just been so overwhelming. Like, just waking up, my heart is already racing, and I'm like, dude, like, I feel like I sleep and I have dreams of like days. So when I wake up, it's like, imagine ending your day and you've had a bunch of conversations and you're just already amped up. That's what it feels like. And it's just, I wake up and I'm like, I don't even want to have a day right now. Like, I just want to chill out all day. But I feel like my brain doesn't really know how to chill out, because it's like, you have to be productive, you have to be doing all of these things. But sometimes in order to be productive, you kind of just have to learn how to actually relax. Because it's one thing to just say, just relax, just don't do anything. But how do you do that and actually appreciate it, you know? How do you do that and not shame yourself for not creating something every other moment right now, you know? Like, I'll finish one thing and I'm like, okay, what's next? You know, like, I feel like I forget that I'm a person. I just need a moment to breathe and exist and just be like, wow, this life is so amazing. Like, I'm so happy I'm not, like, at war or something, you know? Or, like, my life isn't completely falling apart right now. Like, let me actually appreciate that. But, yeah. I hope y'all are doing well. Or at least not horrible. And I hope this maybe brightened your day at least by a little bit. I like to say, I hope you find 100 million gajillion $1,000. I don't know how much that is, but it does sound like a lot. And I've had one too many people tell me I don't need money, which I totally get that. Sorry, I'm on a couch and the little leather's like. But I guess with that, I hope you find your emotional, financial, and energetic lottery, whatever that may be. Whether financially it's the literal lottery or getting your dream job, or if you don't care about that, then, you know, your emotional lottery, whatever just energetically is like, yes, like I needed that. Like, thank you. You know, the way that you would expect somebody to react when winning the lottery or how that would feel. I hope you get that in the way that your soul has been craving when you need it. Because again, sometimes what we need is not, sometimes what we want is not what we need. So I hope you get what you need. And hopefully what you want, if it's what you need. Anyway, I'm talking in circles at this point, but I hope you have a marvelous day. And yeah. I feel like I don't know how to end the video. I'm just like, bye. I'm that person where like I'll say bye to you and your feet have to be walking out the door before your mouth, because I will keep you here for 15 hours, I promise. Like, no matter, because I'll say bye and then I'll be like, oh, I really like your hoodie, and then you'll be like, yeah, I got it from here, and then it just won't stop. But anyway, thank you for listening. Yeah. Maybe listen to some other things on my little YouTube channel. We'll see what else we'll post. I'm thinking maybe I'll have some other things where I won't just be reading. I don't love just reading just because I like the organic vibe of just talking to the camera, but I also love not having a gajillion ADHD tangents. So let me know how you like this. If it's a little too robotic, just reading it. But anyway. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a marvelous day. Be nice to yourself. We need more of that in the world, so...